Welcome to this short course on understanding road markings and signs. Here in the UK we have many different types of markings and signs, and it's not my intention to cover every single one of them. Rather, we're going to look at the rules and principles so that you will understand the basics and know where to find further information if you need more detail. We start with solid lines. Solid lines on your left will be marking the edge of the road. Imagine they're the edge of the pavement and you won't go far wrong. They may be used where there is no pavement, or they could be used where there are lanes reserved for certain vehicles, or just where the edge of the road is not very clear. A solid white line that has ends on it is used to mark entrances that may need to be kept clear, and you should not be stopping and parking on them. Solid lines on the right of your vehicle will be restricting your movement to the right. There will be limited circumstances in which you should be moving across that white line. Treat it as a barrier that only opens when you want to turn into a side road or pass a vehicle that is travelling at less than 10 miles per hour. Solid lines across the road, that is, they are in front of you, are stop lines. They mark the place where you must stop for some reason. You will most often see them at traffic lights and at the end of roads with poor visibility. At traffic lights, they mark the place you must stop behind when the lights are red. If the lights change as you approach and you are not able to stop before this line, then you should continue and clear the junction. At the end of roads where the white line is accompanied by a stop sign, go all the way up to the stop line and completely stop your vehicle. Look both ways very carefully, and when you are sure it is safe, drive on. Single yellow and single red lines mark sections of the road where you are only allowed to stop and wait at certain times. This may be times of the day or times of the year. Double yellow lines or double red lines mean you are not allowed to stop and wait at any time. On yellow lines, single or double, you are allowed to set down and pick up passengers, and sometimes you're even allowed to stop to load and unload your vehicle. On red lines, single or double, this is not allowed. Bear in mind there are different rules for blue badge holders and for taxi drivers. Broken white lines are used to separate, and in this example they are marking parking spaces, and so are separating traffic from that which is stopped and that which is moving. You should stay out of parking spaces as much as possible, but in some situations you may need to use them in order to pass other vehicles. Broken lines are most often used to separate lanes of traffic. This could be traffic that is travelling in opposite directions, or to create lanes of traffic that are travelling in the same direction. The length and weight of these lines tell you which one of these it is. Longer lines with shorter gaps between them are used to highlight stretches of road where there is a hazard, and it's even more important to keep within that marked lane. Broken lines across the road, that is in front of you, separate one road from another. They let you know that you are joining a new road, and therefore you must give way to the traffic already on that road. The size and shape of these lines change according to the junction and the priority. Diagonal stripes are used to govern your use of a certain space. Markings with solid lines around it tell you that you must not drive in that area. Areas surrounded by broken lines say that you should not use that space unless you need to and you have checked that it is safe to do so. Yellow crisscross markings and keep clear sections are used to make sure that you do not block others from turning in and out of junctions when traffic is queuing. You must not stop in these areas unless you are waiting for oncoming traffic to clear before turning right. Zig-zag markings are used to prevent you from stopping or waiting in areas where it is important that all road users maintain good visibility. You will most likely see them around pedestrian crossings and school entrances. You may queue on these sections of road, but you must not stop or wait for any reason at the side of the road. Arrows and words are often painted on the road to help you navigate and choose the correct lane. They can also be used to give instructions. A triangle on the road is used on approach to junctions where you must give way. Red circular signs are used to tell you of something that you are not allowed to do. There are lots of them. I've given a few examples here. Blue circular signs tell you things that you must do. There are less of these than there are of the red circular signs, but there's still plenty of them. So here are some examples. Red triangular signs are warning signs. They warn you of some sort of hazard ahead. Again, there are very many of these signs, with lots of different diagrams to warn you of something. Most of the pictures should be self-explanatory, but if not, do look them up in the highway code. Rectangular signs are used to give you information. There are lots of these, and they give you different types of information, and they're often accompanied by another sign as well. Some signs give information to particular drivers, or they are temporary information that is only applicable at certain times. Lights are used to control when you can and cannot go. The most common form is your standard traffic light signals, with red, yellow and green lights. Sometimes there are filter arrows. Make sure you understand what each of these lights mean. You'll also see lights at level crossings, telling you when it is safe to go. And you can have lights overhead on motorways. There are so many signs and lights and road markings. But the government do produce documents that are free, giving you all the information you need. Check out these links. If you are still needing more help or you have further questions, please do get in touch or visit my website.